Good morning. Good morning. I hope you had a nice weekend in spite of that crazy storm that passed through last night. I have been decorating for Christmas. I know it's early, but I figure why not? And one of my favorite things is this nativity that my sister made for me many years ago. It's material pieces that she sewed, and my granddaughters love to play with it. In fact, last year they would hide the baby Jesus and replace him with all sorts of things. Oh, they thought that it was so funny because I'd make a big stink about it. But their favorite characters are the sheep. And we started talking yesterday about sheep and how they aren't very smart, how they scare easily, how they follow only the voice of their shepherd. And it reminded me of Psalm 23, perhaps the most well known psalm. It was written by David, who, as a shepherd, had spent a lot of time around sheep. And he used that experience to connect with and even understand God as a shepherd watching over us, his sheep. The thing is, David had gone through some difficult things when he wrote Psalm 23. And when David says, I walk through the darkest valley, we get the sense that his life was falling apart around him. And so he looked to his shepherd to keep him safe, to provide for him, and to keep him headed in the right direction. David couldn't always figure out what was happening in his life, but rather than focusing on how miserable his life seemed, David focused on God, the goodness of God. He relied on the truth of who God is and remembered what God had done for him before to get him through the other tough times. And there were many. See, even though life was hard at times, David looked for the ways God had provided for or protected him in the past. He didn't fixate on the terrible things he was facing. He didn't wallow in self-pity, and he could have. Instead, he looked to God. Right now, we are in a real mess too. The virus is raging. Many people are sick. Some have even died. There's discord with our government, racial unrest, and folks in real financial crises. And it is real easy to get bogged down in our circumstances. It's like we figuratively pitch our tent in that valley, resign ourselves to the fact that maybe it is always going to be like this and there's no way out. But the danger is that doing this can rob us of all of our hope and joy, the joy that God wants for us to have. Truth is, there are going to be hard places along our journey. Tough times we have to face where we might doubt or overlook God's goodness, when it's going to feel easy and almost comfortable to camp out in our misery. But here's what I do when I get too comfy in that valley. I remember how God is so good to me. He really is a very good God. And how he has helped me in the past. And that makes it easier to trust him now and with my future. Oh, but don't get me wrong, trusting isn't always easy, especially when we're in the midst of a crisis. It takes practice, it takes prayer, it takes intentionality. It's a choice to turn my will and desires over to God. But as we do that, as we allow our trust to grow, as we see how God has moved in others' lives and watch how he is moving in ours, pretty soon we'll be able to follow our shepherd through any situation. See, I want you to know that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter how deep that valley might be, the good news is God is with you. He's there, just like he was with David, and he promises he will comfort you as you walk through and out of that valley. So today, in the midst of all that we're going through, I want to encourage you to simply keep going every single day. Wake up excited about what the day might hold for you, even if it doesn't seem like it's going to hold anything good. There's always something to find that is praiseworthy. And then just put one foot in front of the other and ask the Lord to guide you, even provide a way out. He'll do it. I promise you. In fact, throughout every season of your life, every valley you find yourself in, He's already there. And He absolutely will meet you where you're at and provide all the comfort, all the strength, all the encouragement, and all the love you need. In fact, He'll walk with you until you see the mountains again. So please, my friends, stay safe. Wear your mask, wash your hands, socially distance, and avoid crowded places. Let's keep doing what we need to do. We will get through this valley we are in. Never, ever lose hope. Find a blessing today, and let that be your strength to get you through. And then we'll concentrate tomorrow on tomorrow. Know that I love you, and I'm praying for you, and I will see you soon. And until then, God bless you. Peace.